But that night, after Min-ki left, I lay in bed thinking about Chanmin's hands when he'd given me the handkerchief. About the way he'd stood between me and Sung-ho like a shield. About how he'd called me beautiful and strong in the same breath. No, I pushed the thoughts away firmly. I'd been down this road before with Ji-hoon, thinking someone cared when they were just playing games. I wouldn't make that mistake again. The following week, everything changed. It started Tuesday morning in the garden. I was helping Tae-sung water the plants when he said, "My partner and I are having a dinner party this Saturday. Small thing, just a few friends. Would you like to come?" My heart did a weird skip. Saturday is my day off, but... No buts. You've been cooped up in this penthouse too long. You need to socialize with people who aren't alphas with complicated emotional baggage. He smiled. It'll be fun. Good food, good wine, good company. Okay, I heard myself say. I'd love to come. His smile widened. Great. I'll text you the address. Dress casual. We're not fancy people. After he left, I felt lighter somehow. A dinner party. Normal people doing normal things. No power dynamics, no confusing signals, just friends hanging out. I was planning the menu for the week when Chanmin appeared in the kitchen, still in his workout clothes from the gym. He was covered in sweat, his shirt clinging to his chest, and I quickly looked away before my brain could go anywhere inappropriate. Morning, he said, grabbing a water bottle from the fridge. Morning. Breakfast in 15 minutes. Make it 30. I need to shower. He paused. I saw Tae-sung leaving. You two seem close. He's teaching me about gardening. It's relaxing. Chanmin took a long drink of water, and I absolutely did not watch his throat work. He's married, you know. Partnered, I corrected. And yes, I know. He talks about his partner all the time. Good. Something in Chanmin's tone made me look up. Was that jealousy? No. Impossible. I don't want you getting hurt. I'm not going to get hurt. We're just friends. That's how it starts. He moved closer, and suddenly the kitchen felt very small. Just friends. Then maybe something more. Then feelings get complicated, and people get hurt. Speaking from experience again? Always. He was close enough now that I could smell his scent beneath the sweat, pine and smoke, and something uniquely Chanmin. I don't want that for you, Mansu. I can take care of myself. Can you? His eyes searched mine. You broke a bond with someone who hurt you. That takes strength. But it also leaves scars. I see them, little butterfly. Every time someone gets too close, you flinch. I don't flinch. You do. You did it just now when I stepped closer. He reached out slowly, giving me time to move away, and tucked a strand of hair behind my ear. It's okay to be cautious. But don't let caution turn into a cage. His touch sent sparks across my skin. I stepped back, needing distance, needing to breathe. You should shower. Breakfast won't cook itself. Chanmin smiled, a real smile, soft and genuine. Yes, chef. After he left, I leaned against the counter, my heart racing. What was happening? Why did every interaction with him feel charged with something I couldn't name? I threw myself into cooking, determined not to think about it. But my mind kept wandering to his words. Don't let caution turn into a cage. Was that what I was doing? Building walls so high no one could get in? Mansu. Dongmin's voice startled me. You okay? You've been stirring that pot for 5 minutes straight. I looked down to find I'd been stirring scrambled eggs into mush. Shit. Rough morning. Something like that. I tossed the ruined eggs and started over. What time do you need breakfast? Whenever. I'm flexible. He sat at the counter, watching me work. Can I ask you something personal? You can ask. I might not answer. Fair. Are you interested in Chanmin? I nearly dropped the egg I was cracking. What? No. Why would you think that? Because he's interested in you, and I'm trying to figure out if it's mutual. Chanmin is not interested in me. He's my boss. Mansu. Dongmin's voice was gentle. I've known Chanmin for 5 years. I've seen him with employees, business partners, friends, lovers. The way he looks at you? That's not how he looks at employees. You're imagining things. Am I? He kicked out Sung-ho for upsetting you. He asks about you constantly, what you're doing, if you're happy here, if you need anything. He got into a fight with Danwoo last week because Danwoo made a comment about your ass. He what? Oh yeah, nearly came to blows. I had to separate them. Dongmin leaned forward. Look, I don't know what your deal is. Maybe you're not interested, maybe you're scared, maybe you're just oblivious. But Chanmin hasn't shown this much interest in anyone since his ex. and that ended 3 years ago. So if you're going to reject him, do it kindly. He acts tough, but he's more fragile than he lets on. There's nothing to reject. We barely interact beyond professional courtesy. You're either lying to me or lying to yourself. I haven't figured out which yet. He stood, grabbing an apple from the fruit bowl. Just think about it, okay? Life's too short to run from potential happiness because you're scared of potential pain. He left me alone with those words and my confused emotions. Was everyone in this penthouse trying to play matchmaker? I finished breakfast and brought it to the dining room, where Chanmin was waiting, freshly showered and dressed for work. He looked up when I entered, and our eyes met for a moment too long. "Thank you," he said as I set down his plate. "You're welcome." "Mansu." I paused at the doorway. I meant what I said earlier, about being careful. But also, don't be so careful that you miss out on good things. There's a balance. I didn't know what to say to that, so I just nodded and fled back to the kitchen. Saturday came faster than I expected. I spent the day cleaning and cooking ahead for Sunday, then got ready for Taesung's dinner party with more nerves than the occasion warranted. It was just dinner, with normal people. Nothing to be anxious about. I dressed in dark jeans and a soft blue sweater, casual but nice, and caught the subway to Hongdae. Taesung's address led me to a small apartment building, much like the one I used to live in. Cozy. Normal. Taesung answered the door with a bright smile. "Mansu, come in, come in. Everyone's been excited to meet you." The apartment was small but warm, filled with plants and laughter, and the smell of something delicious cooking. A handful of people were scattered around the living room, and they all looked up when I entered. "Everyone, this is Mansu, the friend I told you about," Taesung said. "Mansu, this is my partner, Jinho." A man appeared from the kitchen, wiping his hands on a towel. He was tall, with laugh lines around his eyes and an immediate warmth that put me at ease. "Nice to finally meet you. Taesung won't shut up about how you've been helping in the garden." "I just water plants," I said, suddenly shy. "He's being modest," Taesung said, wrapping an arm around Jinho's waist. The casual intimacy made something ache in my chest. He's got a natural touch. The evening unfolded with easy conversation, good food, and wine that made everything feel soft around the edges. Jinho was a teacher, funny and kind. The other guests were a mix of artists, students, and working professionals. All beta or omega, I noticed. No alphas to set my nerves on edge. "So you work for Chanmin?" One of the guests, a woman named Sujin, asked after her third glass of wine. "The Chanmin? CEO of Half of Seoul." "I'm his housekeeper," I said. "Wow. What's he like?" "The tabloids make him sound like a cold-hearted bastard. I paused, trying to find the right words. "Complicated. He can be cold, yes, but also surprisingly kind. He's just very private." "Are you dating him?" Sujin asked, and I nearly choked on my wine. "What? No. He's my boss." "That's not a no," she sing-songed. "It's definitely a no. I'm not dating anyone. I'm not interested in dating anyone." "Why not?" Jinho asked gently. "You're young, handsome, clearly have your life together. What's holding you back?" The wine had loosened my tongue more than I'd realized. I was bonded before. For 3 years. He cheated, I broke the bond, and now the idea of trusting someone like that again. I shook my head. "It's too much. Not everyone is a cheater," Taesung said. "I know that logically. But emotionally? I can't risk it. I'd rather be alone and safe than with someone and constantly afraid." "That's no way to live," Jinho said. "You're building a prison out of fear. It's not a prison if I choose it. Isn't it?" He exchanged a look with Taesung. "Look, I get it. I was hurt badly before Taesung. Thought I'd never trust anyone again. But then this persistent gardener wouldn't leave me alone, and somehow he convinced me that not all men are garbage." "Hey," Taesung protested, laughing. "I prefer charming and irresistible. You were annoying. But it worked." Taesung kissed his cheek, and they looked at each other with such obvious love that I had to look away. Later, as I was helping clean up, Taesung found me alone in the kitchen. "Thank you for coming," he said. "It means a lot that you trusted us enough to be here. Thank you for inviting me. I needed this. Normal conversation with normal people. You say that like you're not normal. Living in that penthouse, sometimes I forget what normal feels like. Is Chanmin treating you well? Because if he's not, he's fine. More than fine, actually. He's generous, respectful, even kind sometimes. I started washing dishes, needing something to do with my hands. That's part of the problem." "What do you mean?" I mean, I struggled to articulate it. It would be easier if he was just a cold boss. But he's not. He notices things about me. He protects me. He calls me little butterfly and looks at me like I matter. And I don't know what to do with that. Maybe you don't have to do anything. Maybe you can just see where it goes. I can't. I'm not ready. Mansu. Taesung turned me to face him, his hands gentle on my shoulders. You might never be ready. Sometimes you just have to jump and hope you can fly. He was standing close, his touch warm and grounding. Without thinking, I leaned into him, craving comfort. He wrapped his arms around me in a hug that felt safe and brotherly, and I let myself have this moment of weakness. What I didn't see was the figure standing in the doorway. What I didn't know was that Chanmin had come looking for me. I came home Sunday evening feeling lighter than I had in weeks. The dinner party had been exactly what I needed, proof that normal, healthy relationships existed. That not everyone was out to hurt me. The penthouse was quiet when I entered. I headed to my room to change, then to the kitchen to prep for Monday's meals. But something felt off. The air was heavy with tension I couldn't name. Mansu. Chanmin's voice came from behind me, making me jump. We need to talk. I turned to find him in the kitchen doorway, his expression thunderous. Okay, I said slowly. What's wrong? Where were you yesterday? At a dinner party. Taesung invited me. Unease prickled down my spine. Why? Taesung. Chanmin stepped into the kitchen, and suddenly it felt like all the air had been sucked out. Your friend the gardener. Yes. He and his partner hosted. I saw you. The words hit like a slap. What? I went to Hongdae yesterday. Saw you through the window of that apartment. Saw him touching you. Holding you. Chanmin's voice was carefully controlled, but I could hear the fury beneath. How long has this been going on? What are you? Understanding dawned, followed by anger. You think I'm sleeping with Taesung? Are you going to deny it? Yes. Because it's not true. He has a partner, Chanmin, Jinho. They've been together for 5 years. I was at their dinner party as a friend. That's all. I saw him holding you. He was comforting me. I was upset. He hugged me. That's what friends do. My voice was rising, anger overriding caution. You have some nerve spying on me on my day off. I wasn't spying. I was in the neighborhood. Bullshit. Hongdae is nowhere near Gangnam. You followed me. I was concerned. You were jealous. The word hung in the air between us. You have no right to be jealous, Chanmin. You're my boss. What I do on my day off is none of your business. Everything you do is my business when you're living under my roof. Then maybe I should move out. The words shocked us both into silence. Chanmin's face went carefully blank, that mask of control sliding back into place. Is that what you want? He asked quietly. I don't know what I want anymore. I was shaking with anger and something else. Hurt, maybe. I came here for a job. Just a job. But you keep. I gestured helplessly. You defend me from business partners. You notice when I'm in the garden. You call me little butterfly and look at me like I'm something precious. Then you accuse me of sleeping with someone based on a glimpse through a window. I can't keep up with you, Chanmin. I don't know what you want from me. I want. He stopped, jaw clenching. I don't know either. Well, when you figure it out, let me know. Until then, stay out of my personal life. I pushed past him, needing to escape. I'm going to my room. I'll make breakfast in the morning, as usual. And I'm not quitting, so you'll have to fire me if you want me gone. Mansu. I didn't stop. I went to my room and locked the door, then stood there breathing hard, trying to process what just happened. Chanmin was jealous. Actually jealous. Of Taesung. Which meant, what? That Dongmin was right. That Chanmin had feelings for me? My phone buzzed. Minki. Minki, how was the dinner party? I replied, good. Then terrible. Then confusing. Minki, that's specific. Details? I replied. Chanmin accused me of sleeping with the gardener. We fought. He might have feelings for me. I might have feelings for him. I don't know what's happening. Minki, holy shit. Finally. I replied, this isn't a good thing, Minki. Minki, why not? You like him. He likes you. That's how relationships start. I replied, he's my boss. He's an alpha. He's emotionally constipated. I'm broken. This is a disaster waiting to happen. Minki, or it's a second chance waiting to be taken. Stop being so scared, Mansu. I replied, easy for you to say. You're not the one who had their heart ripped apart. Minki, no, but I watched it happen to my best friend, and I watched him rebuild himself into someone stronger. Don't let Ji-hoon win by making you too scared to try again. I stared at the message for a long time. Was that what I was doing? Letting Ji-hoon win? A knock came at my door. Mansu? It's me. Chanmin. Of course. I opened the door to find him standing there, looking more uncertain than I'd ever seen him. I'm sorry, he said. I was out of line. You're right. What you do on your day off is none of my business. I had no right to accuse you of anything. You didn't. I know. That's why I'm apologizing. He ran a hand through his hair, messing up the perfect styling. I don't know how to do this. Do what? This. Whatever this is between us. He met my eyes. I told myself I hired you just for your cooking skills, that I could keep it professional. But then you started smiling more and laughing with Dongmin and spending time in the garden looking so peaceful, and He stopped, seemed to gather courage. I want you, Mansu. Not as an employee. As something more. My heart stopped. Chanmin, you don't have to say anything. I know you're not interested in a relationship. I know you're healing from your bond breaking. I know I'm the last person you'd choose. But I needed you to know. I'm tired of pretending I don't notice everything about you. The way you hum when you cook. How you take your coffee with too much sugar and not enough cream. That you go to the garden when you're stressed because it's the one place in this penthouse that feels like yours. You notice all that? I notice everything about you. It's becoming a problem. He smiled without humor. So I'm sorry for the jealousy and the accusations and following you yesterday. I'm not good at this, Mansu. I don't know how to want someone without trying to possess them. It's one of my many flaws. Chanmin, I didn't know what to say. Part of me wanted to run. Part of me wanted to step closer. I don't know if I can do this. I know. I'm still healing. I'm still broken. I know that too. He reached out slowly, giving me time to pull away, and cupped my face in his hand. But maybe we can be broken together. Maybe that's enough. His touch was gentle, reverent, like I was something precious and fragile. And maybe I was. Maybe we both were. I need time, I whispered. I can't just jump into something. Not after everything. Then take time. I'll wait. His thumb stroked across my cheekbone. I'm good at waiting, little butterfly. I've been waiting for something real for years. I can wait a little longer. What if I can never give you what you want? Then at least I'll know I tried. That's more than I can say about most things in my life. He dropped his hand, stepped back. Think about it. And Mansu, I meant what I said. Everything you do on your day off is your business. I won't interfere again. Thank you. He left, and I closed the door slowly, my mind racing. Chanmin wanted me. Actually wanted me. And the terrifying part? I might want him too. I didn't sleep that night. Just lay in bed staring at the ceiling, thinking about scarred hearts and second chances, and whether some cages were made of gold instead of iron. The next few days were awkward. Chanmin was polite but distant, clearly giving me the space I'd asked for. Dongmin noticed immediately, of course. What happened between you and Chanmin? He asked Wednesday morning as I made coffee. Nothing. Mansu, he's been walking around like a kicked puppy for 3 days. That's not nothing. He told me he has feelings for me. I said I need time. That's all. Dongmin's eyebrows shot up. He actually told you? Wow. I didn't think he had it in him. Had what in him? The courage to be vulnerable. Chanmin doesn't do feelings. At least, not anymore. Not since. He stopped. Since what? Not my story to tell. But just know that if he told you he wants you, he means it. Chanmin doesn't say things he doesn't mean. That made it worse somehow. If Chanmin was just playing games, I could dismiss it. But genuine feelings? That required a genuine response. Thursday, Taesung came for his usual garden maintenance. I helped him like always, but he seemed quieter than normal. Something wrong? I asked. I'm not sure. He pruned a rose bush carefully. Chanmin called me yesterday. Asked me to stop coming to the penthouse. My stomach dropped. What? He said he's hiring a different gardening service. Professional company instead of an independent contractor. Taesung met my eyes. Is this because of you? Chanmin saw us at the dinner party. He thought. I couldn't finish. He thought we were involved. Taesung sighed. Mansu, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause problems for you. This isn't your fault. It's Chanmin being. What? Jealous? Possessive? Exactly like the alpha he'd warned me he could be? I'll talk to him. I'll fix this. Don't. Taesung touched my shoulder. It's fine. I have other clients. But Mansu, be careful with him. I've worked here for 3 years, and I've never seen Chanmin act like this about anyone. Whatever he feels for you, it's intense. Make sure you're ready for that intensity before you commit to anything. After he left, I marched straight to Chanmin's office and knocked on the door. Come in. He was at his desk, surrounded by papers, looking exhausted and handsome and frustrating all at once. You fired Taesung. Chanmin didn't even have the grace to look guilty. I changed gardening services. It's my penthouse. Because you're jealous of him. Because you saw him hug me and jumped to conclusions. I gave you space. I stayed out of your business. But I don't have to watch you get close to someone else under my own roof. There's nothing between Taesung and me. He's happily partnered. He's my friend. Maybe. Chanmin stood, moving around the desk. But I don't want to take that chance. This is exactly what I was afraid of, I said, backing away as he approached. You being possessive and controlling. I'm not being controlling. I'm being honest about what I can and can't handle. And I can't handle watching you fall for someone else while pretending I'm fine with it. I'm not falling for anyone. Aren't you? He was close now, too close. You light up when you talk about the garden. About spending time up there. About Taesung teaching you things. How am I supposed to compete with that? You're not supposed to compete. You're supposed to trust me. Trust. He laughed, harsh and bitter. Trust is earned, Mansu. And every person I've ever trusted has betrayed me. My ex cheated. My business partners scheme behind my back. Even Danwoo and Dongmin have their own agendas. Why should you be any different? The vulnerability in those words, the pain, made my anger evaporate. Chanmin, I know I'm damaged goods, he continued. I know I'm too controlling, too jealous, too broken to be good for you. But I can't help wanting you anyway. I can't help seeing you with someone else and feeling like my chest is being ripped apart. Then what do you want me to do? I asked, suddenly exhausted. I can't promise you anything. I don't know if I'll ever be ready for a relationship. But I can promise you that there's nothing between Taesung and me. Nothing romantic. He's my friend, that's all. Can I believe that? You have to decide that for yourself. Either you trust me or you don't. But firing everyone I talk to isn't going to solve anything. It's just going to prove that you're exactly as controlling as I'm afraid you are. Chanmin stared at me for a long moment, something warring in his expression. Then quietly, you're right. I'll call Taesung, apologize and ask him to come back. Really? Really? He moved back to his desk, putting distance between us. I don't want to be that person, Mansu. The one who isolates you from everyone. I want to be better than that. Then be better. I'm trying. He looked at me with eyes full of things I didn't want to see. It's harder than I expected. I left his office feeling hollowed out. This thing between us, whatever it was messy and complicated and probably doomed. But it was also real. Raw. Honest in a way nothing had been with Ji-hoon. That night, as I lay in bed, I made a decision. Maybe I didn't have to know where this was going. Maybe I could just see where it led, one step at a time. Maybe being scared was okay, as long as I didn't let it stop me from living.